Hey everyone, it's Karen with the Yes Please Paper Crafts, and in this video I'm going to be creating a scrapbook layout for Pinkfresh Fridays, which is a YouTube hop where each month a bunch of us scrappy YouTubers get together and we create projects using only Pinkfresh Studio's collections. So I will have links to everyone's videos that is participating in this month's hop, so be sure and go check out their videos to see what everybody creates for this month. Okay, so my inspiration for this layout is this picture of my niece Katie. And this was taken a long time ago because my niece has already graduated from college and she's been in her job for a few years. And so this is a super cute picture and I love the colors. This is my favorite color. It's beautiful. And as soon as I saw the color of this picture, I decided to use this new collection from Pinkfresh. It's called 𝗬𝗶𝗀𝗀. Now I think I had planned on possibly using the there's another collection that I've been wanting to use called 𝗬𝗵𝗆, but I wasn't able to find parts of it. And my craft room's kind of a mess right now because I'm rearranging the furniture. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this collection called the 𝗬𝗶𝗀𝗀. And I think the colors go perfectly with this photo. And I think it suits it really well. I think all of the embellishments and everything are going to go really well for this layout. I don't have any plans on what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start off by looking at the paper and finding a background and paper to mat the photo. And then I'll just figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the layout from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the paper. I have this collection stored in a project folder. This is a project folder from Creative Memories. And it has all of these really awesome pockets. And then in the middle is a pocket where you can put your 12 by 12 paper. And then there's two larger pockets on the back. And we have this really cool 𝗵𝗶𝗆 and then some cardstock stickers here. I have quite a few embellishments to go with this collection, including the vellum die cuts and some some enamel dots. And these are some puffy seal stickers. And then there's some puffy stickers. I have the ephemera, also the title ephemera. So I have I think almost the entire collection, or if not the entire one. Last year I participated in the Pinkfresh online creative event, and this was one of the collections that they gave us as part of that class. It was like a 3-day event and it was really awesome. So I also have the chipboard flare and then also the hanging banners. So this is a really cute collection. I love the colors and I think it goes really well with my picture. And let's go ahead and take a look at the paper. And I have used this collection once before. So some of the paper I've cut into the paper. So let's go ahead and start out by seeing if I can find a paper to use for the background. And this is really pretty. I love this paper right here. I think it goes really well with the photo. Let me see what else I can find. And this combination here is really pretty with the pink flowers and then this green plaid paper. And then the back of this one is kind of a rainbow stripe. And then we have a gray pattern and then this stripe here. So far, I like these two papers here. I really think it suits the look and feel of my picture. And then we have this paper here with all the words. And this is a really pretty paper as well with the leaves. I'm still thinking that I'm going with this paper here as my background. Let's see what else I can find. That's pretty as well. This paper is gorgeous. I just love the paper so much. This is a fun paper right here. It kind of looks like flower seeds. That's super cute. And then here is a floral paper, and then here's a cut apart on the back. I like this little saying right here, do what you love. And that might be a good one to use for this layout. I could do fussy cutting that out. Okay, so far, I mean, all of the colors in this collection go really well with the photo, but I think for the look and feel, this kind of looks a little bit more elegant, where a lot of the other ones are more playful and just a different vibe. And so I think for this layout, I want to go in the direction of kind of a pretty layout, something feminine. And so I think I'm going to go with these two papers here. And I am thinking I might do a border around the outside. and then have this paper as my background. And then I can pick some papers to use to mat the photo. And I think that's really pretty. So let's go ahead and take a look at what paper I could use to mat the photo. I think I'd like to mat the photo in a white paper, or like a white cardstock. Let's see, I have some white cardstock here. Actually, that's kind of a vanilla color. This one is more white. Okay, I think this paper here is close to the background of this floral paper, so I think I'll use this paper as a mat behind the picture. I think that would work really well. And then I just need some more papers to go behind that. Okay, I think probably the best paper here is this pink. I think that's really pretty. And it matches the background here. Okay, so now that I have selected the paper, I want to try to figure out what my title is going to be. I think one of the things that I have learned over the past few years doing scrapbooking is it's best to think about your background first, the paper you'll use for your photo matting, and then try to figure out what your title is going to be, because the title is a really large element on the page usually. And so I like to try to figure that out so I have the room to put it on my layout. I've been disappointed in the past by creating a layout and waiting until I have a lot of the layout finished and then not being able to fit the title on the layout. So I like to try to plan ahead a little bit. And we could use these puffy alphas over here because the background is pretty solid. It's this green tone-on-tone plaid. And if I use that as the background, these letters would really stand out well. I'm not really sure what my title would be, but I would have quite a bit of space because this picture is fairly small. I think this picture is only it's 3.5 by 5. So it's a 3.5 by 5 inch picture. And so I think I would be able to have a lot of room to use these letters. And these puffy alphas are fairly small for a title. They have the capital letters and also the lowercase. And I might try to see if I can figure out a way to create a title using these puffy alphas. Okay, and then I could also use these title ephemera though, instead of using the puffies. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is a new thing that Pinkfresh started to do with their collections. They came out with a pack of ephemera that is all titles. I think this is really cool because it gives you a lot of different choices for things that you can use on your layout. And so I might be able to find something here to use. So we have this one here, Ridiculously Amazing. Some of these are not going to work as well because the colors are too vibrant. Like this pink, it really does not go with the papers that I had selected, nor does this one here, which is Happy Little Moments. So I will be limited to what things I can use, but we have this one here which says Anything is Possible. I have Ridiculously Amazing, Simply Lovely. So there's a lot that I could pick from. Here's Delightful, and then Brilliant. That one's a little bit too dark of a green, and then this one's a red. So here's more dark green. Adventure Awaits doesn't really fit the layout. Sweet Things, You Are My Happy, and then this is more red. So I'm going to eliminate the red and the dark green for sure. Okay, more dark green. This is a really bright yellow. All right, so it looks like we have a good amount to choose from. So I'm going to put all of these back in the in this bag here. I could use a combination of these different words. A lot of them would fit this layout, so I could make my title quite large and go across the page or above and below the picture. Okay, so what I think I'll do at this point is I'll go ahead and mat my picture and then also mat the layout. I'm going to cut this green paper down to probably a 10 by 10, and so that I'll be able to see some of this floral paper all around the edge. And I'm trying to think if I want to see more of the floral paper, because that is a pretty paper. I could, instead of matting it, use the floral on the side or on the top or the bottom. So really, I love this paper. That's a gorgeous paper. So I'm wondering if maybe instead of matting the layout and having just a little bit of this paper showing all the way around the edge, if maybe I don't want more of this paper to show, either by putting the paper on the side or the top or the bottom. So I could do something like this. And I'm kind of leaning towards doing something vertical, because I could use a bunch of these words down the side. So as my title, so we could do something like this. I'm not going to use all of these, but I haven't chosen which one I want to use yet, so I'm just going to put them all there. Okay, so I could do something like that, and then do something with a border strip. So I think that might be really pretty. So I think I might do this design instead of matting the layout and having just a little bit of this paper showing through. I just love this paper so much. I think I want to use that as a larger element on my layout. And you're going to see here, once I mat the photo, this is going to look really pretty, because I'll have the white and then a little bit of this pink showing through. It's going to make my picture pop from this busy floral background quite a bit. And I'm really loving how this is coming out so far. Okay, so let me go ahead and mat the picture, and I'll figure out how I'm going to use these two papers, and then I'll come back and we'll do some embellishing. Okay, so I finished matting my picture using a white cardstock and then that pink paper. And I think that the pink paper was a really good choice for this photo, because the wings in my niece's costume have a little bit of a pink tone to them. I don't know if you can see that, but I think it really does suit the picture. And then I took this floral paper and I cut it into a 6-inch strip. And I thought about putting the paper to one side or the other and then doing something like this with the picture. But then I was thinking I really want this layout to be delicate and pretty and feminine. So I was thinking that I would use a border punch and maybe do a border punch in more than one place. So instead of putting this to one side or the other, I'm going to put it right in the middle, and then I'm going to take some white cardstock and create a border on either side. I think that's going to really add to the look and feel of this layout. So the border punch that I decided to use was this one from Stampin' Up. It's a really old punch. I don't think they sell this anymore, but there's lots of punches out there that create a scallop, and this is a really small, delicate scallop. So I thought this would be a really good choice for this layout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create my borders, and then we'll start putting on the embellishments. Now I did take some time to go through and look at the different embellishments that I have here, and I was having a little bit of a challenge with it because this collection has some really strong colors, but it also has pastels. And so you can see here that a lot of the colors like the dark green, the dark red, the dark yellow, it doesn't really suit this layout. And so I did go through all of the ephemera and some of the other things. I think this piece here I got from the cardstock stickers. And then I decided to use as my title, I'm thinking about using this one here and possibly this one, I'm not sure. And then I went through the vellum pack. I think the pack of vellum ephemera was where I found the most things that would fit my layout. And so I have some gold butterflies, and then here are some leaves. And even with the vellum pieces, there was a lot of pieces with the vellum that didn't really suit this layout either, because there's a lot that have purple, and I don't have any purple in my layout, and I didn't really want to bring in that color. So unfortunately, a lot of the things here would really not go with this layout. And so I pulled out, you know, the pieces that I thought would go really well, and then the rest of it over here is left over. And I really love these leaves, the green leaves. So I'm thinking I'll probably do something with those. And this one here does have some purple, but it does have pink in it as well. And if I tuck it under something, I think that will still work as well. Okay, and then the other thing that I found, which was part of the ephemera, was this frame. And I think pretty much that was all that I found so far that was part of the ephemera that I had, or the embellishments. Now this right here, I could probably bring something in here maybe, but again, they have a lot of things with the red, the purple, and I could bring this in, but I've already got that. So this possibly would work depending on how I end up putting the clusters on the layout. And then the other things that I didn't look at that maybe could bring into this layout are these puffy seal stickers, because I think the green or the pink would really work well. And then I have this chipboard flare, and I think probably the pieces here would fit on this layout as well. So let me go ahead and I'll create the border strips, and then we'll get started with embellishing the layout. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished embellishing the layout. I created kind of a vertical design here with my title, which is "You Are My Happy," and then I really love the gold butterflies. So I decided to use 5 of those on this layout, and I added some of the honeybee stamp tiny gemstones in the clear. And let me hold this up so y'all can kind of get a look at that. I also added in more flowers. I fussy cut out some of the flowers from some of the papers and one of the cut aparts. And then I also used more of the leaves and just created some clusters here. And then this little card here was one that I cut out. I fussy cut out of the paper. There's a paper here that has these designs that look like little flower seed packets. So I used one of those here. And then these paper strips here that says "Happy Day and Let Your Light Shine" came from another paper that has words, which is this paper here. I just cut some of the word strips out and just layered them there on this side. And so let's see what else. I cut this frame apart. I used half of it up here and then half of it down here. And I've been using liquid glue to kind of tack some of this down. And I'm using here the Barely Art Precision Art Glue, which is my favorite. And I don't know if it's my tip is leaking or what I did there, but there's glue all over my bottle. Okay, so that's what I have so far. And I thought that this layout is really feminine. It's very pretty. And I think the perfect finishing touch would be the Pinkfresh gemstones, which are these crystals here. And I think the pink would be really pretty. So I might just use one color instead of trying to use multiple colors, or I could use this. Maybe I'll use these two colors and then also the white. So I think these probably are the closest fit for this layout. And to put those on, I'm going to use some glossy accents in my gem jewel picker. So let me go find that and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the glossy accents. This is what I use, and I keep it stored in my craft cart upside down like this so that, you know, it's all the way down here at the tip. And then I have this jewel picker. This is from 𝗵𝗶𝗸𝗀𝗃, and I think I picked this up off of Amazon. Any of the products that I have here, I try to put links in the description below, so if you're interested in anything that I'm using to create this layout, just go ahead and check out my links in the description below. Okay, so let's go ahead and just scatter on some of these. And I'm not going to take too much time. I've been trying to challenge myself to go faster because I found that as I'm editing videos and looking back at it, I will put down gemstones or enamel dots, move them around for 30 minutes, and then they end up right back where I started. So I try now not to spend too much time putting on the gemstones or enamel dots because it's really a waste of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw some of these on here in different places and scatter them around, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished scattering the gems around the layout. I don't know if I put too many on here, but they're really pretty and they add a lot of sparkle. So I'm just going to go with what I have here, and we'll use some of this glossy accents. And I'll do a couple of these so you can see how this works, and then I'll speed it up. And this layout is going to be done once I get these gems added on here. And I like to tack some of the gems underneath embellishments if I can, the ones that are popped up on some foam tape. I think it really adds to the layout when these gemstones or enamel dots touch the embellishment clusters and go under things. I think it adds a lot of interest to your layout. So I'm just going to keep adding these on. I just want to make sure to remind you guys to go out and look at everyone else's videos that is participating in this month's YouTube Hop. And I have links to all of those videos in the description below. So be sure and go and check out what they created for using their Pinkfresh collections. Okay, so I finished adding all of the crystals to my layout, and I'll just bring this up so y'all can get a close-up view of all of the pretty crystals and how I created the clusters on this layout. And I want to remind everybody to please go ahead and check out everyone else's videos that is participating in this month's YouTube Hop and see what they did with their Pinkfresh collections. It's really a lot of fun every month to watch everyone's videos and to get ideas on how to use Pinkfresh. And so that's pretty much all I have for this video. So I hope y'all enjoyed the scrapbook process, and if you did, please give this video a like because it helps me to know what videos you'll like to watch. It also helps YouTube to know what videos to recommend to other viewers. And if you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to see more videos from my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you join my community. Okay guys, that's all I have. Hope y'all have an awesome weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now.